Ferrucci, and James Hinchcliffe round out the top 10.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of interesting names up there I think that could make a breakthrough. Obviously, we said Ferrucci is up there. Bourdais certainly is within range. But again, they just don't have the consistency to get all the way to the top step of the ladder right now. And I think, like I said, two-men race for this battle. And like I said, I think the information, if this keeps going the way it's going, I'd say Ferrucci is probably going to be your rookie of the year as opposed to Colton Herta, despite the fact Colton Herta does have a race win on his document so far this year.
Well, one thing for sure is we still got a season ahead of us, and we still got, the big West Coast swing, and we've still got a lot of big races that can determine a lot of things between now and then. Certainly, they're both very, very good drivers. I do like Colton Herta, though. I think I just got a chance to really pay attention to him closely at Indy. He did well at Indy. He's got a good pedigree background with him there, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So, real quickly, some final thoughts on IndyCar, the 24-hour Le Mans. Matt?
Well, I think right now, Colt, as I mentioned, it's a big lead already for Mike Conway in the 7. Antonio Garcia's put the 63 Corvette in the lead. Now, the question is, though, I'd love to see this car go out a winner. Of course, obviously, this could very well be the last time you see a front-engine GT car competitive at Le Mans with all these cars going mid-engine. Supposedly the 8th-generation Corvette is also going to go the mid-engine route, may even go a turbocharged engine route, giving up, for all things, dare we say, Tom, the normally aspirated throaty roar V8 engine. That could be gone for 2020. So it'd be good to see that car go out the winner. Obviously, Ford, unknowns about their programs. I'd like to see them have a good result. But I think in the end, if you go by what has happened on paper, I think eventually that thing about Porsche running like clockwork, I think you're going to start seeing those Porsches. There's 4 of them in GT Pro and several in GTM. I think you're going to start seeing them go up the leaderboard. And when we get to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, I would not be surprised if Porsche sweeps those 2 divisions. I'm hoping, obviously, being the Corvette fan I am, that that's not going to happen. But if it does happen, I would not be surprised.
Now, be honest, are you going to make it through the whole 24 hours?
I may sneak in a nap here and there down the road, but I didn't quite make it at Daytona. So, no, I did not stay up all 24 for Daytona, no.
Well, I always have good aspirations when it comes to Daytona, but it does not always work out for me. That's for sure. Matthew Embury of WSTV up in South Bend, our official IndyCar contributor. Matthew, thank you for joining us. Where can people find your work and your masterpieces, sir?
MATTMBURY on Twitter, and again, hashtag Lamar for up-to-the-date info as I'm keeping an eye on it. Right now, I'm going to switch computers, head to my home computer for the next few hours, so I may not post anything for the next several minutes, but got to say, it's going to be very interesting how this could play out, and obviously with another situation, talk about NASCAR, that first road course event also is getting close, so that's always a fun event.
All right, Matthew, you have yourself a good Father's Day weekend and a good race weekend, and we'll talk with you soon, sir.
All good, and to my dad, Mike, happy Father's Day.
All right, have yourself a good weekend. Matthew Embury, WSVT up in South Bend, our official IndyCar contributor. My name's Tom Marquis, El Presidente. We'll be right back with Steve Wilson, Speedway Digest. We're going to jump into some NASCAR talk.
The Air National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active-duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals, see live educational shows, feel the excitement, have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo, feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike, you know.
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your move.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar.
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything.
Wasn't exactly the bumper music I was going for, but hey, it did the trick. Welcome back to The Balance. My name's Tom Marquis, El Presidente. It is Father's Day weekend, and joining us now is Steve Wilson, Speedway Digest. Happy Father's Day weekend to you, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Making it through, I guess.
Making it through. Are you going to have a good, I know you got some kiddos, you're going to have a good Father's Day, you're going to sit back, relax, make them wash your feet, and bring you a beer, and if only, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. If it only worked like that, I guess sometimes.
It's usually the dad that has to still mow the lawn on Father's Day, and it's usually the dad that still has to fire up the grill on Father's Day. But that's okay. I'm a dad. It's pretty cool. I'm a grandpa. It's even cooler. That's why I had my son, to be a grandpa. That's what I tell him all the time anyway. So anyway, I digress. Steve, welcome back to Best. We haven't talked with you a couple of weeks, and I know we don't have a lot of action on the track today, but I do kind of want to talk with you a little bit about some of the penalties that happened down in Michigan with the Xfinity and Cup Series. So let's kind of recap of what's happened here. And let's talk about these penalties on the NASCAR Cup side and Xfinity side that got handed down from Michigan.
Oh, you want me to talk about them? I don't even remember. That was too far ago.
Okay, no problem. No problem. We'll bail you out of it. Let's jump into. We're jumping to the truck race tonight, Iowa, 8:00 underneath the lights. Always fun to watch a race up there in Iowa. I like going up there. It's a fun track. It's always fun to be out there at night. and the Truck Series getting more of a prominent role in the NASCAR series this year, and I think it's increasingly gotten more coverage over the last couple of years, which I think is good, and we're seeing them share the track more with the Cup Series and being able to race in some of these bigger tracks and venues. So I think a lot of people are starting to pay attention to the truck races that maybe never did before.
Well, I think that most people are paying attention to the truck race just because on any given weekend, they're putting on heck of a shows out there no matter where they're going to, small tracks, big tracks, intermediate tracks. These trucks are big and bulky, and, they're like throwing a brick through the air. They pass, they beat, they bang, they use the chrome horns. The people are spinning out. People are getting angry at one another. And I think, a lot of this, mentality goes back to what people remember at short tracks. And these truck drivers are putting on exactly that kind of show no matter where they're going to. I think some people are also looking for an alternative to the Cup Series because, we continue to talk about the package every single week. Some tracks it works very well out. Like, for example, when you go to Charlotte, we had some excellent racing there with the new package that NASCAR has put together. But then, you go to other tracks, and then people have their differing opinions on whether it works well or whether it doesn't. And I think honestly, people are just looking for good racing, no matter what the series is, and for the best bang for your buck. And we've kind of said this for a couple of years that, it's kind of been one of those things that's been repeatedly said. The trucks are putting on the best show out there. You get to see an amazing mix of talent of both drivers that are coming up, cutting their teeth in the sport, new drivers that are coming from other forms of motorsports, like we've seen drag racing drivers, we've seen dirt track, short track drivers, sprint car type drivers coming into the series, and then we've got that mix of veteran status like your Johnny Sauters and your Matt Craftons of the world that are out there mixing it up. And I think that's just what makes the Truck Series so exciting now, that everybody wants to watch, they want to follow, they want to see what's going on, because there's something for everybody.
Well, absolutely, and a lot of people may not realize that these trucks, they can flat out haul, and don't make mistake because it's a truck and that it's NASCAR that you're not going to have fun watching that race. I personally like all kinds of races. We were just talking with Matthew about the 24-hour Le Mans going on right now, and obviously the big race out in Daytona every year is the Rolex 24. So there's a lot of different races that you can get into if you just give yourself a chance, right? So talk with us a little bit about the standings. I meant to have them up here right now, but you might have them on the back of your hand there or whatever. But let's talk about the standings of the Truck Series.
Yeah, I can pull it up for you. Well, Grant, some of the drivers that have been up there in the front, we've had pretty good runs out of them. Grant Anfiger has had some excellent runs throughout the season. Johnny Sauter, obviously coming back over from GMS Racing has I think helped. Excuse me, sorry. Johnny Sauter has come over from GMS Racing back to ThorSport, where they struggled a lot last year. They converted over from Toyota to Ford. Ford hasn't had a vested interest really in the series for quite some time. So, it really, has helped them to have somebody like Johnny Sauter back in there. Some of the other drivers that are up front, Stuart Friesen, that guy, if he can't win for losing, he's not going to have any luck whatsoever. I think everything has happened to him in the world. He's finished second more times than once. He's running second in the points right now. He's been leading multiple races and had various issues from fuel running out of it to the truck to you name it. And eventually, I guess at some point, that guy's actually going to get a win. And I think he's most deserving of it. because he's had every heartbreak known to man out there. Let me see who else is up here. Brett Moffitt.
I've got the standings
Brett
up now.
Moffitt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got it. So Brett